put your body next to mine. Your body next to mine. I feel you all the time. There's no denying it. I'm tired of hiding it. Yeah. Tell me all the things you want.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ty Lamar, and this is
Two Winters.
And we are
Talking Shit with TNT.
all right. How's everything going today?
Everything is going as it normally does, with a little hiccups,
Yeah.
couple of hiccups, teenage hiccups, but you know,
Well,
still here.
your hiccup got me fucking up, so I don't know what to say about that. But oh man, so last week was interesting. You know, we went an hour and 20-something minutes last week talking about the president and all that shit.
Because it was something.
Oh, it was something. It was something. You know, now we get the aftermath for everything.
Right.
Now, have you watched the videos online lately?
I've seen the people on there. I've seen the white people on there. There was a black man from over here, y'all.
What? So
He had the yellow sign that said Jesus loves or love Jesus or something like that.
Oh, I thought he was that nigga that was sitting in this fucking
Oh no, we ain't gonna talk about him. He was just there for no apparent reason. But there was a black dude. I think he's a minister. He was over there, but he didn't go in now because he knew they saw his black ass. You know what's gonna happen.
He would have been just pop.
Exactly. Now we need to talk about that.
Yeah, true.
The white folks ambushed into the Capitol, and basically nothing really happened.
What,
nothing.
Five people got killed?
5 people got killed. Oh.
Did you see it? That story you showed me?
The one, which one?
With the guy who would let you choose yourself to do all.
Yes, that part. So, apparently there is a story out where one of the guys who forgot he had a taser by his penis, gonads and all. And he got up, and when he got up, right to the spot. Okay. And as he still tried to get up, he just kept electrocuting himself, tasing himself more, so he had a heart attack. Now, they're saying that his cause of death was a heart attack, but there has been no anything proven to say that he actually died from electrocuting his balls. That's a tragic way to die. I'm telling you, my friend. Tragic.
You got the cop that got killed. He got beat up with a fire. What was it? A fire?
And then I had another story about that. They're saying that he died when he went home.
Yeah, he was okay when he left, but he died from the injuries when he went home. But you know, Blue Lives Matter.
Right. Only when it's against Black lives. So,
Then the one person who did get shot, I don't know. They trying to make me feel sorry for her.
I don't feel sorry for her.
I do.
Her ass should have been there.
And I feel bad because, you know, she did die. You don't want nobody dying, but truth be told, I think it should have been more people who died, to be honest with you.
I do. Or mace, or rubber bulleted, and plus the girl that got shot. Mind you, she was military. Her ass should have been there.
She should have known better.
I mean, condolences to her family, but her ass shouldn't have been there. I said last time, I said again. She should have been there. My brother and his wife are both military. You think they were there?
Nope.
No. Unless they're actually there to help. They're the allies here. These people were not allies. They're not allies of the United States. They committed treason.
And, you know, with risk of getting myself into some trouble, I really believe the president should be really, he should be executed.
Hey.
I mean, let me be honest with you now. Come on, man. He tried to have a coup. Let's be real. He hyped his people up. Then he went home and had them storm the Capitol. These motherfuckers came in there with fucking zip ties, ammunition. They pissed and shitted everywhere in the motherfucker.
Weapons.
Trying to steal shit from long ago that he should have had no business touching. And you tell me that only 5 people got killed? Where they do that at?
If it had been us, it wouldn't went down like that. I'm just gonna say it. If it had been us, it wouldn't have been down like that. And our governor just got on the news earlier and stated pretty much the same thing.
And my thing is, you can go to any other country around the world,
Mm-hmm.
and if that had happened, let people in Russia had did that, they'd still be saying 10,000 people dead today.
Right. Only in America.
Only in America, where your skin color get you off from doing treason. And that's what it was, treason.
What's that Childish Gambino say? This is America.
You know, it was a wild week though. But the funniest thing is when you see them getting kicked off the airplanes, the one girl getting dragged. I don't know if that was a real story or not. They cursing, getting thrown off the plane because now they're domestic terrorists.
Mm.
You know, and they done ruined themselves for what? It ain't like Trump really got their back because where are you at right now?
Wherever he's at.
And he
Probably
kowtowed. He kowtowed down, and he really put himself in the position where he's not even involved with it no more.
Right. Oh, y'all should not have done that.
Yeah.
Y'all should have. Everybody should be whatever. And then I heard another part of the story that said he was only disappointed because they were poor. I mean, did y'all see the picture, the meme of the people that are mouth wide open? Dude missing all his teeth in the front. Girl teeth look like sharks' teeth. I mean, come on
But
now.
you know what the interesting thing is? Like, I've been watching the news and listening to the news for the past week, and it seems like even though you had the idiots with the missing teeth and stuff like that, who were just rioting and didn't know what the fuck they were doing, you know, you did have people in there who really knew what the fuck they were doing.
Oh yeah.
And that's the scary part. You had people who were walking through there. They had formations. They knew what they were doing. You know, so that's scary for the next time something like that happens.
The Proud Boys. Some of them were ex cops or current cops.
Current cops, especially, you know, now they're doing investigations on the police that was actually guarding the police. You know, a couple of those guys got suspended, especially the ones taking selfies.
As they should have.
And they should have. I mean, I'm not going to lie on that. But,
Without pay.
Yeah, without pay. Well, I don't know without pay.
Right, but without pay.
You want them without pay, but no.
Without pay, America.
They might
without
have pay. They might have pay. You know, that's how that union works. But, you know, it was just crazy though. Like, it's almost like you were watching a third world country, but you wasn't.
And the third world countries, the shithole countries,
Yes.
was watching us.
Looking and laughing. You know. And it's so bad that the president got kicked off of all social media.
Bye, Twitter. Bye, everything else. His favorite one was Twitter. Bye, Twitter.
He'll have an OnlyFans page.
And his OnlyFans will pay for that shit.
They
It
will.
won't be me.
They will. When you spit his nonsense and his conspiracy theories. But how did we get to this point anyway though, you know?
It began back after the re-election when everybody slept on Hillary and thought there's no way in hell anybody's gonna let this dude get through office. And look at here. He not only got through it, but fucked some shit up along the way.
It's weird to me though, because I feel like I'm gonna blame Obama.
What did he do?
He energized these white idiots to vote for this idiot.
I don't know.
All right, the Republican Party will never, ever, ever be like this again. They will never. I don't know if they will ever find somebody who is like Trump. Now, at that point, that part I do agree. There would be nobody like Trump.
He has offspring.
Look, they don't have the same kind of cachet as Trump do. You know what I'm saying?
That we know of. Remember his age.
You think Donald Trump Jr. got the same kind of position. Like, come on, man. Like, let's be real though. You gotta remember, before Donald Trump became the president of the United States, Donald Trump had years and years and years of dirt in the game. He's been doing this forever.
Playboy Bunny.
Playboys, Bunnies, Howard Stern show, roasting,
Mind you, he was
TV show.
He was homies with all the homies.
You know
Kanye
what?
West, I was looking at a video last night of Kanye West's workout plan.
Mm-hmm.
On the picture, when the girls are running, because they got their daddy, the boys, the children got to see their daddy.
Yeah.
There is a picture
Of Donald Trump.
of Donald Trump.
Like, all right, so now you're gonna get me to another round. Black, we gotta be honest as black people.
Mm-hmm.
Before Donald Trump ran for president, we loved us some Donald Trump.
I mean, I don't know about loved it some
You
Donald
know,
Trump.
niggas love Donald Trump. Everybody wanted.
They rapped about his ass.
Man, every song, Donald Trump. I want to be the next Donald Trump. I want to be like Donald Trump. Like, come on. The reality is, we wanted to emulate the riches of Donald Trump.
But it's crazy because it's pretty much like that with everything. Black people are always trying to maintain the attainment of white folks in a way.
And that's true. But, I mean, just Donald Trump as a whole. Now, I heard Sinbad say this when he was running for office the first time. And he was talking about how when he used to meet Donald Trump was real cool. You know, he would be down at the pool, and he'd talk about sports and talk about stuff like that. He said the man that he see running is not the man that he knew.
Oh yeah.
But
That power hit you.
you know what though? He did say that if he was going to run for president, he would run as a Republican. And he basically, in loose words, I'm going to say it, he basically called them idiots.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So he basically said, I want to run Republican because they're idiots. Then they're going to vote for me regardless.
Yeah,
And guess what? They voted for him.
they did. They came out in droves.
In droves.
Droves, hospital beds, everything.
Everything. So,
Nice.
and, I mean, you can't count the feat that there are 75 million people in this country that thought this dude was okay. He got 18% of the black man vote. Thank you, black women, because y'all were not fucking with him.
No. And I'm trying to figure out, it has to be those ones that are like, I've done well for myself. And the rest of y'all niggas, like on Django, y'all know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know what dude I'm talking about. Samuel L. Jackson's character. The rest of y'all niggas better pull y'all shit together.
Pull yourself up from your bootstraps.
Exactly. But what about everybody? Everybody can't do that. Everybody, when you basically come from poverty, you're just going to beget poverty for the most part. Unless something miraculous happens and boom. If you're middle class, you're going to stay middle class. If you're upper class, you're going to stay upper class.
Unless you fuck up.
Right. It's just how it is. But for black men, I would love to know which black men voted.
Oh.
I would love to know. I want to see y'all face. I want to see where y'all live at.
I can almost guarantee you Lil Wayne voted for him, if he could.
Mm.
You know they talk about him giving Lil Wayne a party?
For what?
Because he tried to promote him. That's why.
The audacity.
It was Lil Wayne and was another rapper he said he won't. Dang, it was two rappers he said he wouldn't give up on.
Ice
Him
Cube?
and Kodak Black.
What about Ice Cube?
No. Donald Trump is supposed to be given, by the end of his presidency, he's going to come out with a whole bunch of pardons. And two of them is Kodak Black and Lil Wayne. So they say. Which makes sense to me. Which makes sense to me. Because you see Lil Wayne out there kowtowing like a motherfucker.
Sorry, Ryan. He ain't get y'all niggas nothing.
I don't know. Me and you are on different sides on that. Because I honestly don't think he's a racist. I think he's an opportunist.
I think he's a classist.
Exactly.
I think that he only fucks with you if you're in his tax bracket.
If you got a little bit of money.
Right. But you gotta have that little bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be in basically his tax bracket.
Mm-hmm. So, now he ain't cool with me and you, but he gonna be cool with Kanye West.
He ain't cool with the average white folk either.
No.
That's what I don't understand. Like, you hit on it one time before. Why do white women vote against their best interest?
All the time.
I don't understand. And I be on Facebook, man, I tell you.
If I hard for him, know that.
I go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm still to like, I'm like, but why are you going so hard? He don't care about you. You the least of his worries. You the scum between his toes.
But that's what white women in general, period, though. White women always go against their own interests, no matter what it is.
Not all. We will say that. Let's put a disclaimer in. Not all.
Well, it's never all of anything, but the majority goes against their own interests every time. You know what I mean? And that's always something that you have to notice. You know, they always go against their own interests. When it comes down to presidency, laws, everything. They like
some ranch bear.
And I always wonder why, but they tend to always go against who they are, either support their man or
That man.
support their man.
I mean, that's what I have to say. That's what it is. Because there's some people I know that would have never. But somebody else came into our life and it's just like, you know, I just got to change the things around. Got to do some things different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's fine. Just know for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well, I find out, like we were talking about last night, you know, oh dang, I forgot. What we were talking about last night was how, you know, when it comes to white women, they always feel like they need something, they need to be above somebody. So, in their mind, they're told that they're better than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
That is not white. And they're not treated better, though. They're not treated better than black women. They're not treated better than Asian women by their men. They're not. But as long as they got their fallacy of, I'm better than you, they're good with that.
It was like one of those things we touched on one time before, where it was the inbox conversation that was private. They got leaked, and the white girls were saying, "Oh, I'm only gonna date. I would only date a black guy. I would never marry him. They all want us. They think we're exotic. Blah 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 blah."
I hate to say it, but that's true. Not me personally, but I've been down here long enough to know y'all niggas love white girls.
Mm-mm.
And no, let me not say I hate white girls. I wouldn't talk to a white girl, nothing like that. But it's just it's one thing to talk to a girl because you know you think you're attractive or something like that. You know, if you ain't got no type, it's one thing. But to talk to somebody just because they're white, and I know niggas down here that does it in the South.
Yeah, the South. Dirty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't speak for that. I don't talk to white women. I mean, I have friends that are white.
No.
Women and men, but I don't date women in general.
But I just know that men down here, specifically, there are a lot of black men down here who don't only talk to white women.
Yeah.
And they do that old shit, you know, they always go do that shit like, you know, oh, well, black women are like this, and black women are disrespectful, and black women are like that.
I'll never date a black woman.
Yeah.
But you black yourself.
Black as hell, too.
Your mama black. Your grandmama black.
Sisters are black.
Aunties are black. Your daughter
is black.
is black. But I ain't never gonna date no more black women. You don't know. Really, dog?
And don't get me wrong, me dealing with black women and hearing about the greatness of white women, it sounds good. I ain't gonna lie to you on that because some of the bullshit that some black women put you through. And then they're like, oh yeah, but the white girls, they don't do that shit. But I have also heard of stories where the white girls do that shit. So it's kind of like,
I think there's some of each and every relationship. You know what I'm saying? There's some of, they dog their man, or they cheat, or they nag, or whatever. There's some of that in every one.
I'm gonna say this because I have friends too who only date outside of race too, and they're female.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna just say this: when you deal with somebody of a different race or a different culture, yeah, they may not act like a black man do and do ignorant shit like black men do,
mm-hmm.
but they do ignorant shit just a way that you probably don't even know about. Shoot, there's a reason why Karens are called Karens. How many Karens you know are black?
I know one.
You know a black Karen?
I did.
Wow.
And at first I thought she was Karen. But it came to find out, she was just, set in her ways, older, and had a right sense of mind. And once she realized that she was not going to get her way with everything, she came around.
Okay. I feel sorry for you. Like we always talk about this all the time, how females got that, even in this society. In this society, I don't know why I was going to say society, but even in this society, I feel like females have a different type of role that men don't have. I don't know. I think women go through things that a man don't go through, or not go through, but the way things are looked upon when a man does it.
Oh yeah.
Different. And I do blame it on religion.
You can blame that on religion, but for the most part, it's just tradition. It's not even so much as even religion, because there's people believe in what they believe in. You could be a Muslim, you could be a Christian, you could be a Buddhist, you could be whatever. But for the most part, most men, a lot of men, I ain't gonna say most, I'm just gonna say I've heard men basically want their women to be seen, beautiful, and not heard. Pretty much like a child, for the most part. They don't want to hear all this nagging. Yeah. They don't want you coming to them with problems.
That sucks too.
They just want you to take care of the kids, give the sex, and clean up the house, and cook the food. That's all they want you to do.
Yep.
And they don't want to hear about nothing else. That's it.
What's wrong with that? No, I'm playing.
Oh my God. That's why I'm single.
Almost true.
That's why I'm single. Because baby, I can do all that by myself. And I can get me a battery operated boyfriend, and ain't gotta hear your ass neither. Because men sometimes complain. And I don't want to hear your complaints. Bob ain't gonna complain to me. He gonna do his little bzz, bzz, and it's gonna be over with and done.
Ain't the same, first of all. Second of all, all right. I do get the point. I just feel like this, and this is where I come back to religion. And we're going to talk about the three major religions. Christianity, I don't give a damn what church you go to, it's still under Christianity. Islam, and Judaism. The three biggest religions in the world, where most of the people are. All three of these religions teach that women should be seen and not heard. And if you don't believe that, you can read your own Bible that says that. Or the Quran, or whatever the Jews, what is that? The Torah? Yeah, the Torah. And it says that. But if you, have you ever read these books? You know what I mean? The men were horrible. The men had other women. The men had.
And it was not frowned upon.
It never was frowned upon. Let a woman have more than one man. And I got to the point where even when you read in the Bible, it talks about a prostitute. It's basically not talking about, it may not talk about an actual prostitute selling pussy for money.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's talking about a prostitute.
A known woman.
A woman who has sex with multiple men. And, we go through this all the time. I always feel like, and I'm not a feminist or nothing like that, but I always feel like when it comes to women, when a woman is out here having a sexual life is always, oh, she a hoe. You know, y'all do that to each other too. Y'all call each other hoes all the time.
Yeah.
See,
I don't. Baby, if you free, you be free.
But no,
Be your free
I'm not
steps.
talking about you. I'm talking about women, period.
Yeah.
In general. You know, women call each other sluts. They call each other hoes. And men, you know, call each other. You ever hear a man call another man a hoe?
No.
You know what I mean?
The audacity.
A man never call each other hoes and nothing like that. Because it's natural for a man to fuck with. It's almost natural for a man to be fucking around with other women. You know what I mean? No matter what his situation is. You know, it's almost accepted. You know, even women start to accept that shit. Like, you know, I have a friend who says all men cheat. That's her thing. All men cheat. It's just what you're going to deal with. And, you know, that's not always true. That's not true. But it's just the fact that, you know, it's okay. Mm-hmm. It's not really frowned upon if a man goes outside of his marriage, go outside of his relationship. Even though a single man has multiple paramours in his life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But not a woman have more than one man.
Oh Lord.
You know. That's
the
where,
whole team come out.
Hell yeah.
And it's not just men. Mm-hmm. These women, honey, they can be.
They're worse. They're worse than the men.
I was in one of these, you know, they have the groups on Facebook. And they're talking about how many women can do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Or don't sleep around, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this here. First minute, hold on, baby. You're a man.
Who cares?
You have no right to tell any woman on here
not to sleep around.
Not to sleep around, and not to do this, not to do that. Because she has a free right to do whatever she wants to do. Okay? Don't do that. Don't do that. Because as far as I'm concerned, women need to take a different approach to being out here and being free sexually. Not letting a man oppress them or another woman oppress them for I knew that chicken.
Chicken went down the wrong spot.
Don't talk and chew your food at the same time. Yeah. So I knew, like, you can't let anybody, another woman or a man oppress you, making you feel little because you like what you like. I mean, because you like what you like. Don't do that.
You know, it's funny. It's crazy because and I'm hoping, I don't know for sure, but I'm hoping that I can be the progressive parent that in my mind I could be, and be able to accept my female child having sex. You know, because that's your baby. You know, as a man, that's your baby. And I don't know. And it's not like I got my sons, and I'm like, you know, it is whatever. I'll talk to them, but you know, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, my son had sex. Ah! But my daughter would be like, no, my baby's gone. But that is a natural part of life, you know. And I just feel like when you live in it, I'm gonna try it. I'm getting older, so I'm gonna continue learning, and I'm gonna try to accept certain things. And I just noticed growing up, and even now, you know, I feel like as a female, you have to be ashamed of your. I don't know if sexuality is the right word, because
yeah, that's it.
The only reason I say sexuality is not the right word because I don't know what that means that I have, like the people we like to have sex with, but I don't know. I just feel like when a woman shouldn't be ashamed of if she does like to have sex with multiple people. I mean, a man don't.
You talked about the little part about your children.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say this. I have children. I have 5 of them. And if one of them were to get out here young and have sex and just be out there, are you gonna eat that?
Yeah, no, you can have it.
Oh. Get out there and just be out there and, you know, decide to have sex, I'm gonna be mad at whether it's gonna be my son or my daughter.
You know what?
Daughter or son, I don't care. You're gonna get the same thing, because I'm expecting you to get out my house, no matter, I don't care how well you put it, but at least by 17, 18.
That's a little bit. See, I think. Oh wow.
And time.
Time.
But
Well, we keep going.
18 years old. I'd rather you be 18 years old, on your way out of my house, get ready to start your whole brand new life.
I disagree with all that, but
Then for you to be out here just doing whatever, because chances are the first person you have sex with, you're not gonna be with that person forever.
Never.
Okay.
But, all right, I'm going to go like this though. I hear you. First of all, I don't agree with the 18 thing. I feel like we, especially as black people, we kind of rush our kids out of our house. I think we need to help them find a foundation on being able to live by themselves. But that's a whole other thing. But
I've been doing that though.
But-
This parent has.
But I feel like this, and like I said, I have to get to my own progressive thinking. And let's be real, I'm 41, and when I was young, when I was a young man in high school or junior high school, motherfuckers were having sex. You know what I mean? That's just what it was. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I would hope, like my kids are young now,
Mm-hmm.
that they were now are young. So, but I would hope, my thing is, I would help them to know how to deviate between feelings and their sexual feelings and their emotional feelings. And especially with girls.
They're one and the same.
It's not. It really isn't.
For girls, yes it is.
And that's the point that I need to teach my girls.
Exactly.
But
They're one and the same. Emotional and sexual, baby.
not all girls either.
Oh no.
No, yeah.
They don't start when you first start out. It's all one and the same. They don't learn to distinguish the two till they get older and mature.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you first starting out, all that is all balled up in a one big nasty. You take Daughter wants to talk to him. You know what's gonna happen? She gonna get pregnant. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh no, you can't do that because the more you push, they won't.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
I just feel like this: when it comes down to young people having, like me myself, I was older. You know what I mean? I was old. I was deeply religious, so that would never happen.
Talk about it. How old were you?
I was 21.
21.
But
6 years younger than I am.
But the reason why 6 years older, which is a lot.
But I'm saying though, because I think chronologically we're not the same age, but you know what I'm about to say, right?
Yeah.
We're the same age as far as it comes to like maturity wise.
Oh yeah, I always give women 5 years. So go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm not really ashamed of that either. I always give women like 5 years when it comes to maturity. When you deal with a woman in her 20s, she should be at least 26 when she's like 21, whereas a man probably 18. But but I don't know. But growing up, I'm not gonna lie, I have a whole bunch of friends who were having sex and shit like that at a young age. So it's not something that I'm astonished by or oh my god. You know what I mean? I got nieces and nephews that, of course, they're having sex. They got pregnant and got kids at 17, 18. Not my nephews, but my nieces did. But, and I know my nephew, he about, 15? I know he out here having sex. You know what I'm saying? And I got a son who's about 14. I know he out here doing something.
14 and 15, though, it just seems like you're still a baby.
Nigga, let's stop fronting. Dude, when I was in freaking elementary to junior high school, people were talking about having sex. Nigga, we used to be in the back. We used to be in our, literally, we used to be in the back of our fucking class playing strip Uno. It was ridiculous, dog. Like, really.
Oh, they're not gonna do that.
Oh, no, we used to play strip Uno for real. And the guys used to cheat. So all we were seeing was titties and shit at a young age. It was
in the
really
back of the class?
Nigga, like, we used to have, like, a substitute, and all we used to play was strip Uno. It was crazy.
Okay.
And we used to cheat. Like, it was, like, blatant cheating, too.
Children at home, in this category. Do not do that. Because your ass is going straight to
But
jail.
I'm just saying, like, how we going straight to jail? We all kids. We all,
No,
like,
because now, if you sending pictures around with somebody naked on it, you can be listed as a pedophile.
how am I going to be a pedophile when I'm 12 and she's 12?
In this day and time, yes, you can.
No, we were both 12. We were all 12.
If you pass it around, there's a case about this. In this day and time, you pass this shit around, your ass can go to jail. That's why I say these children, the teenagers now, the 13, the 16-year-olds, these children have been coddled a lot more than we ever were.
I'm talking about 1992. We would listen to bitches ain't shit.
Exactly.
With hoes and tricks and shit.
Exactly.
Like
The
that.
shit that we watched on TV I'm looking at PG. Look at all them cuss words. PG.
Well, PG, as long as you don't say the F word, it stays PG.
Look, I'm trying to, this day and time, when it comes to my children in particular, I would prefer them to wait.
I mean, of course you would prefer any of your children to wait.
Yeah.
But I feel like, in a way, all you can do with your kids, and when...
I'm sorry, the win.
Mm-hmm.
I have to eat it, the gristle and all. I'm sorry. From the country, from the south. You eat. I can show you my plate. I got bones, y'all.
I don't have bones on.
This dude, he got chicken on the bone. I'm sitting over here like, if this is my kids, I would eat all that shit.
But yeah, I'm just saying, actually, like, literally, that's what we used to do in junior high school. I'm not going to say the school I was in. Well, that's what we used to do. Like, we used to play that. We used to cheat and play tonk. Like, I learned how to play fucking cards playing strip. Like, literally. And we used to cheat. Like, it used to be blatant cheating, but we were just curious young kids. That's what kids do.
We didn't do that in class.
Well, y'all were down here. We don't really restrict it. But, like...
Yeah, because our sexual age talk was
no, don't do
abstinence.
That. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's it.
Don't do that.
Abstinence.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Because, all right. Real story. I know we're going over time, but real story. When I moved down here from New Jersey when I first moved down here, it was like 2003. I met this girl. She couldn't have been no more than 14. Now, I wasn't dealing with this chick at all, but she, for some reason, wanted to hang around the grown young boys. And I was a young boy back then. I was in my 20s. This John, it was her and this other John. She was about 14, 15 at the time. I asked this motherfucker, what y'all do for fun down here? Guess what the fuck she said? The first thing she had said out of her mouth.
It had something to do with the nasty.
She said, we have sex. This is in Waynesboro. I had to throw the time out. This was in Waynesboro.
Honey.
I don't even know who, this girl had to be in her 20s, 30s now. But at the time, she said we have sex. And that took me back. I was like, really? Damn. Y'all ain't got nothing to do but have sex around this mug? I'm like, damn, at least we had a mall in Jersey. Shit.
I mean, we used to say that too, though. Don't get me wrong. Because a lot of girls turned up pregnant. Or a lot of guys got girls pregnant. Because when you don't have anything else to do, when all you have is getting in your car and riding up and down Walmart or up and down Ingles or whatever.
That tripped me out too.
Riding around at the movie theater up and down the thing. That's all you got. That's it. You don't have no place. You don't go play karate. You don't have a place to go play games at. You have nothing. So all you have is, oh, this boy like me. Oh, I think he like me. Oh, he does like you. He don't like you. He likes you. So,
don't get me wrong. I lived in Jersey. Niggas was fucking in Jersey too. Don't get it twisted. But it's just the fact that, I don't know, it was just like, I ain't gonna say more prevalent. I just feel like it was just out there like, that's what we do.
I feel like y'all education though was better.
Really?
When it came to sexual education, because down here, I literally, thank God for our teacher. Oh my God. Thank God for her. She did teach some people some stuff. But, and she allowed us to talk to her about stuff. Mind you, I hadn't been through the shit some of these other girls have been through. They was talking about, orgasms and all that type of stuff. At that time, I had not been through that.
We had never had those talks in school. So,
But it was only because this one particular teacher, and I thank God for her, she's still alive, bless her heart. She allowed these girls to talk because you couldn't talk to your parents about that. Your parents weren't openly allowing you to have a conversation to them about that. Okay?
you know what? It's weird because you say that. Now, not me personally. So me personally.
Mhm.
You know, I grew up. You know, I was in a really strict religious household. So, literally, it was really frowned upon for sex before marriage. And like my first female experience came when I was older because it was something that, like, I may be atheist now, but when I was growing up, I was an atheist. I was really much into the religion. So it was one of those things where I didn't want to, if I was talking to a girl, I was looking to marry a girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as stupid as I was at 16, 17 years old, talking about marriage, like that's crazy as fuck. But I don't know, I think that molded me into where I am today when it comes to sexuality and sex. You know, where I'm more of a free spirit now because it's like, I don't see the point of being reclusive. But I don't know, I just feel like growing up north, we had other things to do, but people still were fucking. You know what I mean? It was like we would do those things and then fuck. You know what I'm saying? But whereas down here, it was just like that's all they do.
I mean, you want to be honest, that's all they really do down here now. Anyway, we used to go to clubs and we used to have, you know, places, joints to go to. But you know what happens after you go to the club?
Yeah.
After the party, it's the after party, baby. So, I mean,
and I'm not one to say that you have to wait till you 21, 25, or.
I'm not saying the age either.
The age thing is not.
But it's my babies. You know what I'm saying? They're my kids.
But your babies are becoming grown people.
I don't care.
They're gonna be grown.
I don't fucking care.
They're gonna be grown.
I don't care.
Let them be grown.
No, I ain't letting them be grown.
Let them grow up.
Nope.
They're gonna be grown people doing grown people shit. Let them be grown. You know, at the end of the day, as long as you teach them the right way from the start, they know how to handle themselves in a situation where they make sure that they ain't fucking up by having unwanted kids.
But what if they
kids.
do? You can't trust these kids these
They
days.
all fucked up.
They just won't listen.
At the end of the day, ain't no way you gonna stop that shit though. For real. You're not gonna stop that shit. There's no way you gonna stop your kids fucking up. Can somebody stop you from fucking up?
I think my parents could have.
They could not.
And my mom
They could not.
and my dad came to me and said, you know what? Till look, I don't think you should do that, babe. It's not in your best interest. I think I would have listened. But my parents didn't do that. Like, we were the generation that wanted our parents to talk to us, tell us the right way to do things.
All right, so I'm gonna be real with you. When I was growing up, like I said, my mom, my dad was whatever. My dad was there. I mean, I said it. My dad never really told me about women and nothing like that until I was older. Then he taught me some corny ass game, but that actually works. But anyway, my mom, like growing up, you know what I mean. When I found that girl that I was so into,
Mm-hmm.
there was nothing my mom could tell me. And as fake as it may have been, there would have been nothing my mom could have told me. It was like, yo, Ty, slow down. You know, yo, don't do this. People were telling me, don't do it.
But that's a difference. But I think there's a difference between individuals and how you're raised. I feel like if my parents had talked to me more about sex, about what their expectations were, because my mom just gave me like one overall generalized, this is the birds and the bees, and we're out. And that was it.
That's weird because I have never had the birds and bees talk.
Oh my God, I had the birds and bees talk and I was young, y'all, young. I'm talking about 8, maybe 7 years old. I had the birds and the bees talk, and I guess it was like good touch, bad touch, and everything in between. But I feel like if it had been followed up the next year, and then followed up the next year, and then followed up the next year, like all the way up, I feel like that I wouldn't have done some things. I would have known how to handle myself in certain situations. I would have did things a little bit differently. But I have that wisdom with me now, and I try to bestow it upon my teenage youth.
You know what is weird though? When I was growing up, I had old heads tell me. Now my dad tried to tell me when I was 18 about sex and stuff like that. You know, about 18. But he
18 about too late though.
But you know who told me about sex a lot more than my mom or my dad?
Your siblings.
No,
Your uncle.
No.
Your
Actually,
parents.
one of my uncles did a little bit, but it wasn't really that much. My homeboy's brothers taught me about sex more than anybody else, and
Worse.
they were the worst. But you know what though? In the end of the day, I had them, and like I said, I was deeply religious growing up. So even though my dad didn't teach me about sex, the whole old heads in my congregation that I used to hang around with, those were the ones who were teaching me about sex and things that we were doing back in the day.
This.
We did. My old feet are like, no. But they were the ones who that taught me about sex and shit like that. You know what I mean? And dealing with females. Now, did I listen to them? No. But
That's good.
But
Smart decision.
No. They gave good advice though. Don't get it twisted. Like one of my old heads told me, and like I said, in my old religion, you couldn't have sex until you were married.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the motherfuckers that I know were getting married in their 20s, early 20s, or even like in their late teens. And so they got ready to make it up.
Me.
But
I'm not in that religion, but me.
But that man told me not to get married till I was 30. And truth be told, I wish I had listened to him. Mind you, I didn't get married till I was like 25, 26. But I wish I had listened to him to get married till I was 30. Only thing he didn't tell me was, do what the fuck I want until I'm 30. And then I have it all out of me.
Yeah, but he didn't tell you that because of your religion.
We get the religion. But the best advice that he gave was the fact that, don't settle down and live your life until you're ready to really support a family. And I got married to my first wife, but I wasn't ready to really support a family. I got married because I wanted to have some sex without.
There you go.
I wanted to have sex without just thinking ostracized sex. And like I said, if I was somebody who we call worldly or somebody who wasn't in that religion having sex, I felt like I probably would have never got married, period. But I was in the religion, and in that religion, if I was wanting to stay in that religion, I had to get married to have sex. Now, don't get me wrong, when I was with my ex-wife, she was beautiful. Puerto Rican woman. She was built like a bam, bam, boom, nice. Hair down to her ass. Pretty chick, for real. Like when I seen her at the border down that day, I was like, damn. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? She was crazy as hell. But at the end
Most
of the
pretty
day,
chicks are.
but she was cool. We were cool and stuff like that. But I don't think I really got to know her outside of her outside beauty, because I was so like,
I gotta marry her so I can have sex with her.
yes. So I mean,
False leadership is what I could say. That's false leadership to me.
But that's the way I grew up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm now that I'm 41, I'm saying that shit like I'm used to it, but I'm not. But now that I'm 41, it's like I would not tell my child to get married to nobody just because of sex. I would rather have my child have sex and find out who the fuck he really wanted, what the fuck he really want to do.
But I want them to be safe with it.
Oh yeah, use condoms, of course.
Safe, always safe. That's the whole point. When I don't want so I put it this way: when I don't want my kids to do X, Y, Z, it's not just because I just don't want you to do it. You have to have a maturity level that you're gonna be responsible. You're gonna use condoms. You're gonna ask me, can I be put on birth control? Like all these things. Like I want you to have a valid and livid conversation with me. Mm-hmm. Don't just go on your own, out here on a whim, and be fucking, and no condom, no birth control. Because what you're doing right at that point is you're practicing to have a baby.
All right, so like I said, with my daughter, I want her to be able to live her life without having kids at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
And with my son, the most important thing, I don't give a fuck if they fuck. But my problem is, I don't want them to do what I have to do and pay fucking child support for the rest of their fucking life. 20 years of child support and you being broke and having half a fucking check, that does not fucking work. Fuck that shit. And you be in worse situations than you want to be.
Ooh,
Child
talk
support,
about it.
Child support is the worst because it's not made for black men to be. It's not made for a black man to be out here paying child support. They try to take your whole check. You can't fucking live. You got to work 20 jobs. The woman be stupid, try to take your kids from you. Like, and they always tell you to say, "I would never do that," bitch. Be lying. So
Look, wait. Because I get child support.
Of course you.
Let me take a sip. I get child support, y'all.
And I don't. I pay child support. So
Let me tell you about child support for me. I feel like child support for me is a reimbursement of everything I pay out for my children. Okay? If they need to go somewhere, if they need to do something, if they need to get out the house, if they need to have their phone bill paid for, if they need to get shoes, pants, shirts, underwear, socks, food in their belly, going out to eat, honey,
Take me down this road. Take me down the road.
honey, I feel like that's a reimbursement to me. Because most of the time, I'm just going to be honest with you, child support don't always come like you think it's supposed to come. Okay? Y'all think that, oh, they said we went through DSS and they had paid child support. Let me tell you, it don't always come automatically like you think it is. There's some women that have been waiting 3 years, ain't got shit in 3 years. But when that payment come, when it hit, and you be like, I got money. That's a reimbursement, baby.
My wife never had to worry about. My ex-wife never had to worry about that shit because
Don't let these niggas sit up here and tell you. White men, black men, Puerto Rican men, Asian men. Don't have them thinking, have you thinking that you don't deserve that money. It takes 2 of y'all to lay down that baby. 2. Not 1. 2.
All right.
I'm saying like people from Maryland.
All right.
2. Oh my God. Angela, where are you at, baby? I love you so much. 2. I love to hear her mom talk. It takes 2 of y'all.
All right. Now let me say it like this. I don't mind paying child support because it does supposed to be going to my kids. But I don't mind paying money out to my kids. But the only bullshit I gotta say is dealing with a baby mama sucks. And, I would not expect a woman to really, maybe I can, but dealing with a woman who is not mature enough to let you see your children because you feel like they're her children is something. When child support in itself is not a bad thing, I don't mind paying out for my kids, but I would rather my kids not have children when they're in their bloom of youth. I would rather my kids be able to go to Miami and have a fucking good ass time because they're 21 and they're young and they're free without having to work 2 fucking jobs because the government trying to put them in jail over some fucking money that should have been agreed upon between the mom and the father.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
I feel like, in a way, I feel like I could have been reasonable enough where we could have worked it out with the child support. I didn't have to pay that. Not really have to pay it, but we should be able to talk it out. But I would not want my son to go through the trying to struggle over kids that you see or barely do see. I mean, I would rather my son be free to go to travel, live his fucking dream, do the fucking you want to do. If you want to rap, you can rap. If you want to play basketball, you can play basketball. Football. Sing. You know what I'm saying? Do what you want to do. But you know, when you got that's just an extra shit upon you. That's like having a criminal record almost. Like I wouldn't want my son to be a thug out in the streets and have a criminal record because I know that life is harder. I wouldn't want my kids to go through anything that will make their life harder. That's a problem. That's probably my biggest thing, and that's why you can't stop kids from having sex or anything like that. But you do want them to be safe so that they don't have to go through the nonsense of having the white man or the justice system on their ass over some bullshit. You know what I mean? And that's the part I feel like we need to teach our kids, like, to be responsible. If you are going to have sex, be responsible about it.
Always.
Don't go out here and be out here fucking around. And it's not only for the guys, the females too. If a motherfucker don't want to put on a motherfucking condom when he's trying to fuck you, then don't fucking fuck him because you don't know what that motherfucker got. If he gonna fuck you without a condom, you can fuck any bitch without a condom.
Exactly. And there are female condoms out there. So grab them bitches too.
Like, you gotta just be safe with yourself and know what you want. You don't want to get stuck in a situation now, baby daddy that you barely even like, and you trying to get money from him. You gotta chase this motherfucker down. This nigga then trying to keep a job because he don't want to pay child support. Fuck all that. You know what I mean? Just, you know, be safe what you're gonna do because, you know, sex is natural. That's something that every human being, when they get a certain age, gonna want to do. But you should know how to be safe about it. We got things, you know. If we ain't got condoms, we got morning after pills. We got shit to make sure that they keep your body safe. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to get stuck into a situation. You don't want to make a temporary situation to a permanent problem. Period. With that said, we're going to end the show on that note. All right. And thanks to the camera people behind the camera. Thank you, Sahara. I don't know your son's name. I'm sorry.
Jaden Ezra.
And Jaden and Ezra, thank you for helping us out tonight. All right. And this is Tyler Marr, and that is
Two Winters.
And this is
Talking Shit with TNT.
We Out.